I've always been fascinated with that crossover moment where you read about somebody's life or hear a story, and there's always that moment where they break through and succeed. You hear about when they're a little kid or a teenager in their 20s and they're working towards something, and then all of a sudden it changes. I like to think about that moment before somebody wrote a song where they're just sitting on their bed in their apartment, strumming along, and all of a sudden they come up with the chords. The universe is so crazy. How does your brain snatch that stuff? How does somebody perceive an idea that's going to change the world? How does somebody go from having an empty brain to all of a sudden figuring out the chord pattern for Stairway to Heaven? And can we even explain any of it? Even if we did understand why it happened, would it make sense? I think we all like these stories, right? I was just reading Dave Grohl's book, and he's talking about how broke he was, sleeping in the back of a van while he was touring with this band, and then the bass guitarist just bailed on him, and the band was no more. And he's in LA, and he gets a phone call from Kurt Cobain in Seattle. That phone call changed his life. Same thing goes with Mark Zuckerberg in the story of Facebook. He went from nobody to owning $1 billion company in 10 months. How's that even possible? And sometimes my mind wanders and I think about these people that we know that went from nothing to extremely famous or extremely rich, and I wonder if they enjoy it. Some people can't handle the fame. Some people think they want the fame and then they get it and everything changes for the worst. Some people are just driven, and no matter what they get, they keep going. Elon Musk is a great example. He don't care about money. Steve Jobs didn't care about money. I don't think Bill Gates cares about money. Bezos, he probably don't care about money either. Any one of these monumental figures that we are also aware of now, at some point we're just some regular person sitting in a garage, and that brain of theirs somehow tapped into some crazy idea and in some time period sent them down a different path. Was it meant to be them? Did the universe pick that person for that specific task? Was it fate? Or was it luck? A perfect tornado of circumstances? We all have different decisions that we've made that sent us down some specific path, right? It's like a choose your own adventure story. Your own personal choose your adventure. And I went to college in Phoenix, Arizona in 2005. And when I left, I had to do an internship somewhere. And that decision to come back to Portland and stay with my buddy allowed me to meet my future wife. And we got pregnant with our first son, and that changed the trajectory of my entire life. That one decision. If I wouldn't come back to Portland, everything would be completely different. And I like my life. I feel good about it. But that doesn't mean I don't wonder about other things. Some things you choose are irreversible, right? When I was little, I looked up to people and I wondered what it would be like to be them. And I envied them and I wanted to be them. I don't feel that way anymore though. No matter who you're looking at or who you appreciate or who inspires you, I don't think you really want to be them, do you? I mean, I guess it's dumb to consider because you can't do it. But I like being me. And all the decisions I make are the decisions I make. And I'm responsible for them, and that's what happens. And no matter who you look up to, they're going to have to do stuff each day that you don't want to do. And they're going to have quirks and personality traits that don't agree with who you are. I think that's coming in the future, though. I think you're going to be able to eventually buy time in somebody's body and know what it's like to be them. If that was sold as an experience, you know how popular it would be? If you could essentially be in somebody's brain while they did whatever they did? I'm kind of ripping off a Black Mirror episode. You know what I think would be more exciting is to be a dog or be a giraffe or a turtle or something, or an eagle or a penguin, something majestic. It's just that the mind is a wild, wacky place. You don't necessarily have any control over what goes on in there. And sometimes the myth you create is better than reality. Sometimes the way you perceive that Disneyland vacation might go is better than actually doing it, which is either depressing or really awesome. Do you even need real things to happen in real life? Or if it's better in your brain, why not just let it happen up there? I don't even know, man. What do you think?